Okay. So can you start off by introducing yourself to our site visitors at popculturemadness.com?
Yes, I am Travis Randall Clark. I decided to give my full name. Travis Randall Clark, and I sing and play guitar for the band We the Kings.
That's awesome. We have the same last name.
Do you have the E or?
I have the E. I have the E. Okay.
Can't be related.
So, so far, how has Warped Tour been going for you guys? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, this is our fourth year doing Warped Tour, so a lot of the times we expect to hit that 6 week mark where you just hit a wall of fatigue, and I haven't hit it yet, so I'm pretty excited, and we're at like that 6.5 week kind of mark. This is like the really busy area, like Boston, Philadelphia, and New York, where all the label and all the management comes out. You have to have all these meetings and tons of press and signings and meet and greets and kind of everything. So this is the hardest 3 days of the tour, but this was day 2 of the 3, so I'm so far alive right now. And this is, like you said, my triumphant return to press.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad to hear that you're feeling better and everything. So that's good. So what are the plans for after Warped Tour for you guys?
Well, we just released an EP called Party Fun Love and Radio, and it's doing really well. Like, a lot of people really enjoy it, and they think that it sounds kind of like our older stuff, which is what a lot of people kind of fell in love with our band based on that music. So it was we just released that, and I kind of have like that urge to put out more music. So I think we want to go back into the studio right after Warped Tour, like maybe take 2 days off, kind of clear our heads, and then go into the studio, write and record more music, and put out a new CD.
That's awesome. Do you think you guys would do like an EP maybe, like with some stuff early? Do you have anything left over from the sessions for this last album?
The EP that we put out was stuff that was left over from Sunshine State of Mind, which was the full record, our third record that we put out last July, like almost probably a year ago. And so Party Fun Love and Radio is actually the single that I really wanted to make it on the record, but it just wasn't right. So I rewrote the chorus and then it became right. But so that was left over from that. So right now it's just kind of figuring out what else we have and what else that will become.
That's awesome. So I'm always curious when a band is like in the studio and you're writing these songs and you're putting everything together. Do you ever get a feeling about a song like you said, like this is going to be the one that's going to catch on? Or are you ever surprised by something that you didn't think was going to catch on that did?
There's definitely like I call it like a clicking moment, like where something happens and it's almost there's no way to explain it. It's kind of just like magic, like it's invisible, but it like something clicks, and all of a sudden this song that was just so infant is now like a front runner to be like one of the best songs you've ever written. And that's sometimes you don't know, sometimes it'll be a song that you never expected that the fans just grasp onto and love for whatever reason that it connects with their life. But I think for We the Kings, that when I write, I know that there's probably been like 5 or 6 times where I've really been almost like impressed with myself about writing, not like a cocky way at all, just like I'm really happy that finally clicked and that finally made sense, like everything that I was working for, and then one little tiny change is like boom, okay, now it makes sense. It's crazy that it sometimes takes the smallest change to make the biggest difference.
Oh, absolutely. What is it like for you as an artist when you know that your words have had an effect on fans? What's it like for you when they kind of take different meanings away from your songs? Have you had anything truly outrageous come from a fan about that?
No, but because I'm a fan of music, I grew up listening to really everything that my parents kind of developed into me, and then everything that my friends were listening to, and just kind of everything that I saw on TV or heard on the radio. So I'm sure I took songs. For example, my very first CD that I ever bought was Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. And my mom threw my Green Day CD out the window because there was cursing in it. Oh, no. Yeah, and so she let me have Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It, which was all about sex, by the way. But I didn't know that. I thought it was just like, this is how we do it. This is how we do our homework. This is how we go to the playground and recess and stuff like that, because it was so like, I just didn't know. So I relate that to our fans. If our fans don't get what I was trying to go after in the song, but it relates to them in a totally different way, then that's amazing. That's something awesome. There's a ton of, I try when I'm writing like the lyrics to put flips on things to where it could mean 2 different things. I'll give you some insight. 2 or 3 nights ago, I was sitting in the back lounge. It was like really late, and I wanted to write a new song. And the idea that I had was just like it usually comes from like a phrase. So the phrase that I started with was, "I want to fall in love for the second time with you." So for me, it's like I got out of a really bad relationship that was very long. You know, I felt in love, and then she broke up with me because we split 2 different ways, and I still believe in love. You know, I don't think that was just it. I think that there's something better for me. So you kind of have like that side of things, people that believe that, or that they were in love but deserve to give it a second chance, or you have people that are just so in love that might have the feelings have kind of dulled a little bit, and they want to re-experience that initial flame. So you have people that like have broken up and that want another love. That's kind of like everything they felt during that thing, except the new one they want it to be everything and more. You know, so that's kind of like the inside of my brain for that at least.
Well, no, absolutely.
Hopefully that gets in records at some point, and then you can be like, hey, he said that.
No, absolutely. You know, I think all of us have gone through a situation like that at one time or another, be it way A or way B. I think that we could definitely relate to that.
Sure. And I think that people, you know, are confused at what love is. You know, for me, I fell in love when I was in 4th grade. The girl kissed me on the playground. It was my very first kiss, and I was in love. And I told my parents, I told everybody that I was in love. But you know, sometimes you don't know what that is. But that could have been my love. Who knows? You know, I think different stages in life you have those loves. Like in high school, you know, people go through breakups and they act like it's the worst thing ever. But you know, when you see it in hindsight, you're just kind of like, all right. Once you get out of that like really depressed feeling, that you'll realize that it's actually all going to be okay. So and then of course, you know, divorces and stuff like that, which is so common now, is awful. But you know, there's like I believe, like I said, I believe in a second chance at love, whether it's with the same person or a different person, whoever.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely think there's definitely somebody out there for everyone. So,
Sometimes 2 people.
That's getting adventurous.
Utah only.
So, what has been one of your best Warped Tour stories from the tour so far this year?
My best PG-13 story would be because we have this thing. It's the Warped Tour barbecue. This is like a summer camp for all of us. So after we do all the we really do work really hard. We do press and signings, like I said, meet and greets, play the show, try to eat when we can, do phone interviews on the bus, sign records for, you know, it's just there's so much stuff that you do every single day for depending on what city you're in. And then after, we have this thing called the Warped Tour Barbecue, where everybody from the tour who's exhausted from their day goes, and there's like an open bar, and there's burgers and hot dogs and wings, and it is so much fun. There's music, and you just go and you just kind of lose yourself from this reality that you're living. You know, we're on tour and living this dream, but you're extracted from your family and your friends and the place that you grew up around your entire life, and it's tough. You know, it's tough for bands like us to tour 11 months out of the year and not see our family and friends that we've known our entire lives and grow completely different from everything that we've known. So it's nice to get into a place with other people who are living that same thing. You know, you have all these people who miss their family and friends, and it's nice to relate to those people. So that's the Warped Tour barbecue. Anyways, so the craziest thing that has happened, there was a band from Mexico, and some of the members from Paramore were out, and they had this hot sauce that they had gotten from Mexico, which was like, I think they call it like skulls or whatever the temperature reading for them is, and it was like the hottest one. You have to sign like a waiver to have like a little toothpick piece. So these and there were our friends from Mexico, this band called Deluxe. There was like, soy de Mexico, we can do this, no problem. And they take the whole bottle and start like, you know, like take like a huge chug of it. Seconds later, like faces were turning white. Like there was almost like blood coming from their mouths, and we were like giving them milk and like loaves of bread and everything, and they were just like literally so painfully like tired of what just happened, and so we had to call like the ambulance and everything like that. It was all because of a little bottle of hot sauce.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But it was entertaining for a second because we were like, oh my god, because people were taking like toothpicks and like dabbing it on their tongue and be like, ah, like ripping their hair out because of how crazy it was, and then they took the bottle and did that, so people were just like, what? That's suicide. What are you doing?
And there's no YouTube video of this. That's crazy.
No, probably not. We try to keep what happens in the barbecues kind of stays in the barbecue. It's like barbecue is really similar to Vegas.
Hey, you guys deserve it.
It's, in so many ways.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking a few minutes out to speak with me. Is there, the best place for us to keep up to date with you guys would be, obviously website, Facebook, Twitter, all that?
I'm a Twitterholic. That's kind of a well-known term now. So so people can go to @TravisRClark or @WeTheKings, and I think Facebook is probably the best place to find like when we're playing. People always ask, it's the best thing that I get on Twitter. It's like someone in Philadelphia today hit me up. They were just like you guys haven't been here forever. When are you coming to my city? And I'm just like, we're like 30 minutes away, or maybe less, like 20 minutes away, just to look. So I guess Facebook would probably be the best place to send people.
Great. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me, and enjoy the rest of your day.
You're welcome. It was very nice. Thanks.